I gonna record? Oh, it's recording. Okay. Happy Monday, everyone. It is October 12th, 2020, which I cannot believe we're already in October. Like, this has been the fastest and the slowest year all at the same time. I'm excited to chat today because I think what we're going to talk about is going to free everyone up. And what I mean by that is free you up in the way that you stop stressing about the things that you're not doing and you start embracing the things that you can do. So one of the things that I have learned in network marketing over the last 6 years combined is that I stress about the things that I'm not doing. I put procrastination on as a badge of honor because I'm so busy and I have all of these things going on and I'm a wife and a mom and I'm running all of these different things. And in my mind, I think, I don't want to be one of those people that makes excuses, but I don't prioritize the things that are most important to me first. This is very important to me. What I get to do here, the business that I'm creating, the team that we're raising, like I kind of think of it as raising kids because there's that really stressful time in the beginning when they're really young and they need you all the time. Like that's really stressful. But then they start to get to the toddler part and they're more independent and they're more self-reliant and they don't need you for everything. And I feel like we're coming into this toddler stage. But let me tell you why I feel like things are shifting for us, mostly because what we do every single day impacts lives, but we don't necessarily see it that way. I don't know if you see it that way. Sometimes you feel like you're just posting and you're just commenting and you're just reaching out and you're like, I don't really know what the whole purpose of this is. Everybody feel like that? I feel like that a little bit. And I think about this all the time. I look up and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's the 15th of the month and I haven't done anything towards the goals that I set for myself. Why is that? It's because I'm wearing procrastination as a badge of honor, as something that I value, because I'm like, I'm so busy, I can't do these things, or I'm so busy, I can't make these shifts, or, my life is so hectic, I can't be like that one person in Isagenix that I really admire. So I don't know if you guys follow Laura Stevens or Kelly Dickerhoof, but I shared the video that they did today in several groups. And Laura, I relate so much to Laura's story. Minus the fact that my husband's not in the military. But she was talking about like all of these different things that she's done, like another network marketing company and had an Etsy shop, and her husband, was deployed. And so she was alone with kids and she was just overwhelmed in motherhood and she just wanted to make ends meet and she couldn't. And she resisted network marketing and resisted the business structure and resisted all of these things. And then finally, she just went all in. What I will tell you is no matter whether you started yesterday, last year, 10 years ago, the timing is always right, as long as it's right for you. It's not for anyone to say when this business is a perfect model or when it should be right or when it's a great time to build. There's no insight to that except for the insight that you have and that desire to change. But here's the deal. So many of us want Isagenix to be our full-time thing, don't we? We're like, yeah, that would be so amazing. The income would be incredible and it would just be awesome. It would be all the things. But we're not doing those full-time activities. We are not showing up as a full-time business builder. And when I decided last year, I'm like, Isagenix is going to be my main thing. And it was the only thing that I was doing. And I had help with my kids and I had the time. I put it off. And I resisted it. Do you want to come say hi? Come here. No? Okay. I put it off and I resisted it. And I didn't do the things that I knew that I had the time to do that would get me where I wanted to be financially. And after doing my taxes last night, I'm about 14 grand in the hole as far as building this business last year. Traveling, products, all of these different things. And it's like, if I had spent the amount of time doing the things that I know in my business for versus avoiding them, kind of like we tell our kids, like if you would spend as much time studying for the test as you actually did avoiding studying the test, you would pass. If we spend as much time doing the things that we tell ourselves we're too busy to do, or we, don't want to do, or that we have resistance to over trying to find ways to avoid them or packing our day so busy. And I know it's not the case for everyone, but if we just put that effort, that same amount of effort into succeeding at this, into putting ourselves out there and living our biggest, boldest life, can you imagine where we could be a year from now? And I told Zach the other night walking upstairs, I said, it's going to be so funny one day when you're well taken care of and like, we don't have to worry about anything. And you get to be a stay-at-home Zach who plays golf and like does whatever you want. Like, it's going to be so funny. It's going to be so funny because you're like, I don't know why you can't do the laundry and manage all these different things. I said, one day that's going to be your job. So I am forward speaking these things for myself because I feel like God has placed me here for a reason. And I feel like now's the time to run. I feel like now is the perfect time to step fully power stance into everything that is awaiting me. It's going to be frustrating, I know, because when you decide to up level, you start facing new devils. You start facing things you've never faced before. And it's a growing process, and growing hurts. Growing pains as a kid always hurts. Growing pains as an adult, I think of pregnancy. That was the most painful point, was like when you start feeling those muscles stretching and it like really hurts. So it's going to be painful. And there's going to be resistance, because anything that's going to birth new life, you're going to face that ring of fire right before it happens. You're going to face this intense resistance right before it happens. But then something incredible happens. Something amazing happens. And so today I'm going to talk to you about how to run a full-time side hustle, how to build a side hustle. Okay. Isagenix is not the main thing for many of us. We would love for it to be the main thing, but we're wives, we're mothers, we're active in our community, we have other jobs, we're doing different things. And so I want to teach you how to run this business in the pockets of your day. And I want that to be our focus. I don't want us sitting down for hours a day, messaging people or reaching out to people or friending people or trying to grow this 4 hours a day. I literally want at max 2 hours a day. I want us to be focused and intentional for 2 hours a day. Who can do that? Can we do that? We can do that. We can do that. It's 2 hours. We have 2 hours. I probably scroll social media for 2 hours a day, honestly. Let's be super honest here. So let's figure this out, and I'm going to give you a layout. The layout's actually in the Power Hour guideline. Now, I have not been on this Power Hour since my computer went down, but this is a good focus of what you should be doing in your hours, okay? And you should break it down into manageable bits. 15 minutes. 15 minutes here, 3 minutes there, 2 minutes there. However your window of times are split up, and this is knowing your time, however your windows of time are split up, I want you to look at this and I want you to think about, okay, I could send out, I'm just doing it on purpose. I want you to think about, okay, so for 3 minutes, I could send out gratitude messages. For 3 minutes, 5 minutes, I could send out green light messages. Green light messages are the messages when you see someone's active in your messenger, you send them a message. Maybe you watch their story, you send them a message, you connect. 2 minutes on new connects. So anyone that you've been friends with for a while that you don't personally know, this is where printing out your friends list on Facebook works, or going through your friends list and making a list of people that you're like, I've never talked to them. Do I want to talk to them? Deciding whether or not they should go or they should stay. Then creating a connection based on engaging on their social media, their profile picture, their latest post, and then shooting them a message. This is something we have to start doing because this is intentional work. This is the work of a woman who knows what she wants, and she's looking for people to run with her. And I wrote a note yesterday in my notes from church, which my laptop's currently sitting on. Hold on. This is very small potatoes, y'all. You're sitting on a stack of books. So, okay. So I was listening to our sermon at church, and it was talking about, hold on just a second. Gonna get loud. She's gonna scream. Okay, juggling at its finest. But it was talking about yesterday, There's a place in Ecclesiastes that I'm going to read you guys today. It's Ecclesiastes 11. And it's called The Uncertainties of Life. And we were kind of talking about if it were our last day on earth, how would we want to live it? If we knew for certain that the morning that we woke up, it would be our very last day on this planet, how would we live it? How would we walk in God's purpose and calling for our life? And it really hit me so hard because I know most days I don't live up to any kind of potential of anything because I'm just afraid of what people are going to think, or I get focused on the wrong things and I get distracted. I have been so distracted this last year, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing because sometimes we need that, but I've been distracted from the bigger purpose. It's not just about Isagenix. It's about getting these products into people's hands so I have the opportunity to share the love of Jesus with them. Like that's what I feel called to. That's not everyone's calling, but that's what I personally feel called to. I feel called to be debt free so I can be generous, so I can give more, so I can live the bold, audacious life that I desire to live. That allows me to, start organizations and give funds here and do these different things there. I can't do that in my current life because my debt to income ratio is not where it needs to be. So now I'm just giving money that I need to pay bills, right? We're all there. It's okay. We can walk in agreement now. So he encouraged us. He said, if you really think about what your last day on earth could be like, because we never know when our time is up. How would you live your day differently? How would you live your life differently? What kind of conversations would you have with your spouse or with your children? What kind of bold affirmations would you pour over people that have a purpose in their life that maybe someone hasn't called out in them? And I thought about this. I love that God uses his word to teach me how to lead you guys. Like it's the most beautiful thing. And I'm so grateful for it. And I really, truly think if you didn't know me before this, one of my visions for life was I thought I was going to be some kind of missionary. And I feel like network marketing is like my traveling mission field. I get to work with people all over the world if I choose to be bold enough to find them. But I have to find them. And I made a post last night about people ask for opportunities and God hands it to them. And they're like, oh, no, I'm waiting for it to look different. That was me. I was like, well, that's never going to happen. And then network marketing. And now I'm like, this is a mission field. This is an opportunity to raise people up. This is an opportunity. And one of the things I wrote is I believe that God can use me to empower and activate women of faith all over the world. And it may start with a box of products, but what could happen beyond that? Okay. Tangent. Anyway. Okay. So Ecclesiastes 11, send your grain across the seas and in time, profits will flow back to you. But divide your investments among many places, for you do not know what risks might lie ahead. When clouds are heavy, the rains come down. Whether a tree falls north or south, it stays where it falls. Farmers who wait for perfect weather never plant. If they watch every cloud, they never harvest. So if you're looking at one person to be your saving grace in this business, you're looking in the wrong place. And I've told Casey this many times. You cannot want this. You can want this more for people than they want it for themselves. And in fact, most of us probably do because we know the potential. We know the change. We know the value. We know all of those things. But you cannot wait for that harvest. You have to keep planting seeds and come back. And just like a farmer does, they plant the seeds and then they go and they keep planting and they keep doing and they wait for the harvest. And at harvest time, they come back and they reap what they sow. That is what we have to do. We have to be planting seeds all over the place and not just waiting for those first few seeds to grow. I did this my entire first year. I got to director so fast and then I waited. And I waited for people to find the passion that I had. And I waited for my leaders to step up and be leaders. And they didn't because they didn't want it the way that I did. And they didn't see it the way that I did. And that's okay. We get to do this how we want to. And I see Danielle Kubarni, who is one of my very first people in Isagenix, pop up every now and then with an enrollment, like here and there. And I'm like, hey, where'd you come from? She's like, yeah, I'm just offering it to people. Just if it's the time is right, I'm just offering it to people. And I said, you know what? I love that because I love that you found something that is your main thing. I love that you're doing what you feel called to do. That's amazing. We have to give people that kind of grace. We have to understand that they're going to watch what we do more than listen to what we say. So we have to be the ones that show up. We have to be the ones that are consistent. We have to give grace to people who are not ready. Don't shame them into it. Don't be frustrated about it. Just be like, you know what? The potential is here. When you're ready, this will always be a great opportunity. This is not going away. The nutrition is only getting better. Yeah, it's only going to get better, huh? It's only going to get better. And so whenever you're ready, the door is open. My inbox is open. You know, let's go. I say the same things with my people. I have a lot of product users. And if they knew the potential of what this business could offer them, and in fact, I had one girl, I was like, I know the opportunity is great. I just don't think network marketing is for me. And I was like, wow, that takes a lot of guts to say that, you know, that there's opportunity and potential, but you're just not willing to take it. That's fine. That's not on me. I put it out there. I did my job. You can plant the seeds and you may never know what comes of it. But by showing up, by being consistent, by being an inspiration, inspiring people into action, you are calling people out of their ish. You're encouraging them to step boldly into their life. And that is so important. But to run this as a true side hustle, it cannot consume every minute of your day. It has to be a side hustle. You have to work the pockets of your day, and then you have to know when it's time to set your phone down. And that's hard to do from someone's experience. But use the pockets of your time in your day. When you get up in the morning after you have your quiet time and your gratitudes, send out some messages of encouragement. That's my favorite time to do it because I'm jazzed up. I'm ready to go for the day. I'm encouraged. My cup is filled. I'll send out 10 messages of encouragement to people that just pop up in my mind. And I always say, God, put people on my heart today. Put people on my heart today. Help me be a light to them. And it's a prayer that I just speak it, say it, believe it all day long. You know, put people on my heart today. And the moment those people come to my mind, I'll shoot them a message, say, hey, I was thinking of you today. How are you doing? Hey, I thought of you because this, or, you know, send them some kind of thing. And then birthday messages, another super simple, quick thing to do in the morning that gets people's day started off right on their birthday, that gets them excited. And then I go into my groups and I check into my groups. This is something I used to be so good at. And then I got lost in managing groups. Go into your groups, add value in your groups, catch up on commenting on different posts, encourage your people by tagging them in some posts. What are some posts that would help your people experience greater results? Something that they're struggling with. Hey, Sarah, I thought of you because I know we talked about the plant-based and you want to know more. Here's more on that. Or, hey, Kevin, here, I know we were kind of having some issues with some recipes. Here's some recipes that I put together for the month of October. If they're not in the Hello Healthy Life group, take those resources to them. Copy and paste them, send them in an email, send them in a message, take them to them. I know that group's not for everyone. It makes it easy to manage people, but if they're not in there, just keep an eye on them and say, hey, I thought of you. Here's some, you know, shake recipes to help you. Then spend some time connecting with people. Spend some time connecting. I try to just do like 5 at a time, new connects, because I want them to be genuine. I want them to be genuine and I want them to be directed at them. So I take a little time to look at their profile and I comment and like on, you know, their posts. And if they're not my kind of people, then I unfriend them. Okay. Because I'm looking for people that I think that I can grow with and I can work with. Everyone can follow me, but not everyone can be friends with me. For all the interruptions, but on life. Connections, follow-ups. The most important part of your business is follow-ups. Connecting, reconnecting with the people, inviting them to what we're doing. The thing is, you got to stop giving people an out. You got to stop saying, hey, are you interested in this? Hey, we're kicking off October 26th. This is the pack we're using. These were your goals. I'd love you to meet these goals in the month of October and November. Let's do this. What flavors do you want? Or let's jump on the phone. Let's talk through the pack. Let's pick your flavors and get you started. Grab 2 people, make your money back. Like, we've got to start speaking in affirmation versus giving people choices. You are the expert. So we have to walk in that expertise. One of the books that I'm currently loving, I actually read this for my sales position. Question your way to sales success. So this is really awesome because it helps you build confidence in the questions that you're asking. Honestly, the difference between people that enroll a lot of people and rank advance people, asking better questions. What kind of questions are you asking? Are you asking leading questions? Are you asking yes or no questions? Are you asking open-ended questions? Are you asking direct questions? Are you calling people to the carpet with the questions that you're asking? Because a lot of us don't do that because it's kind of uncomfortable, right? So this book's really good too. It's by Dave Kahl, Kahl. It's kind of old, but it really is so good. Questions to help you ensure satisfaction. Questions to help you find out generically. Questions to help you engage the right people. Like there's so many different good questions to ask in here. Asking better questions, and then checking in with your people. Check in with your clients. Check in with your team builders. If you don't have any of those right now, spend that time working on finding them. What are the specific qualifications or characteristics that you want in these people? Start looking them up on Instagram. You know, highly successful, highly motivated. Like start looking for hashtags that revolve around that, and then start connecting with people. Follow people. Like keep track of the people that you follow. Check in on them 5 a day. Check on their accounts. I followed a bunch of fashion bloggers today, like affordable fashion bloggers who shop from Amazon, Target, Walmart, whatever. And I was like, why not? Like if I can learn how to dress better at Walmart, let's do it. So I started following them because everyone eats. These women have hundreds of thousands of followers, but they still put their pants on, cheap or not, one leg at a time. They still eat breakfast, just like, probably not, but they still eat food just like everyone else. So no one is off the table. Now it's just a matter of whether or not they're my kind of person. There are billions of people on this planet. You are looking for the quality people that you want to work with, not just the low-hanging fruit that looks like, you know, they might want some products. Can you see this person running a business? Can you see this person connecting with you in real life? And if you can't, but you want to, ask yourself, what is it about me that I need to change? What is it about me that I'm not living up to the kind of woman that would connect with this person? Because she is still a person. She still has fears and doubts just like you do. So if you're not at the point where you would reach out to someone who's influential that you would love to work with, ask yourself why. Is it because you're not consistent? Is it because you're not showing up regularly in your business? Is it because you don't have enough income made that you don't feel like you could offer this to people? Is that it? Maybe that was me in the beginning. But turns out we're on the fastest growing team in Isagenix. We are on the #1 team in Isagenix with the most leaders in action. If you don't have the personal results, that's where that third party validation comes in. You tag them and message them with someone else. And if you don't know who to do it with, I will tag you in some people. Heck, tag me in them. I've had great success financially with this company, even semi building. So build your confidence knowing that you don't have to have all of the answers. You don't have to be the only one that helps your people get started. Erica is a great resource. She is energetic and she's a little crazy sometimes, but she built this business to a 6-figure income in 11 months. And not just like 100,000, we're talking like almost 250K. Big time, because she had a vision. And I mean, you want to talk about pockets of your day. The woman gets up at 4 o'clock. She doesn't go to bed till 11. And every single second of her day is planned out. And her planner, she would cringe right now if she saw my planner. But her planner, this is filled from top to bottom with names and people and things. Like this is all filled. And she has them highlighted with like people that she's having calls with on her lunch breaks or on her travel breaks or whatever. And then she has like all of these people that she's connecting with. And she even 3 years in, like she's doing it. Jessica, our Millionaire Upline, I connected Casey with her the other day. She's still sending out 30 new connects a day. Like as a millionaire, she doesn't have to, but she's doing it because she's looking for the next class of leaders. The last gift I'm going to give you is the gift of long-term thinking. This is not just a here and now thing. This is why I've had you guys do some vision work on where you want to be a year from now, where you want to be 5 years from now. Do you see yourself here? If so, think about what you're doing every single day and if it impacts that vision. Sometimes it feels mundane to post and to show up and to connect, and I get that, I do. But if you have that vision and you're seeing it every single day, put it somewhere where you're reading it every single day. Put it in one place in your journal every single day that you're looking at it. Let me see. Hold on. I mean, hold on. I wrote this out. All my pages are sticking together because I've licked the corners so much. So bad. I know this is kind of long. We're almost done. I pinky promise. Where is it? Should have dog-eared it. Where is it? Okay, hold on. It's my prayer for October. I write affirmations for myself as much as I do anything else. I write affirmations for you guys. I write affirmations over who you are and what you're doing and the amazing things that you're doing. I know I wrote it in here. And I've looked at it like a bazillion times. Oh, here it is. I did have it marked. Look at that. So dumb. Oh, so dumb, guys. Okay. My prayer for October. Mind you, this is me. Lord, gift my heart and mind with joy today. Thank you for what I do have. Thank you for what I'm not lacking. What are the opportunities that are right in front of me because of my disappointments? What are the things that I'm not utilizing as opportunities because they look like obstacles? Put someone on my heart today because I know you work through people. Break down my walls of insecurity because my security and identity is in you. Thank you for all of the lives that we are able to touch through this incredible opportunity. Take my stubborn heart and give me a soft, tender, responsive heart. Put a fresh spirit in me. Ezekiel 36:23-27. I know it starts with the 5. Help me to bless these 5 through your will and through your work. I'm believing for the numbers multiplied through my faithfulness. Storehouses filled, new wineskins filled with fresh wine. I am about my Father's work. I believe that you are leading me to new women, to empower and activate women of faith all over the world. I will not grow weary because you are with me. So this is just, it's like an affirmation prayer. I know the work that I'm doing is good. I know the work that I'm doing is intentional and purposeful, but I have to remind myself every single day or I get lost in the distractions of life. I stop remembering that my life and my days have purpose. They're not just to get through. They're not just to be walked through. I've started calling out moments when I'm feeling weak or when I'm feeling insecure, like this morning. I've started making myself a promise that I'm not going to get on social media until 10 o'clock every morning when I sit down to start my workday, because I have to fill my cup first. I have to put my focus on first. I can't be distracted by what other people are creating and then stop thinking that what I'm good enough is good enough. See, I have notes everywhere, guys. God doesn't give you recycled ideas. You're relying on your eyes instead of your sight. Stop relying. Hey, chill out. Stop relying on what you see and start relying on that bigger vision. Charlotte. This kid is such a turd. You want to say hi? Are you being a turkey? You're being a turkey. You're a stink. I don't know what she's logging into on my phone. We feel guilty for stopping and pausing on Sundays because we feel like we should be working more. We should be doing more. This right there, we got to stop doing that. When you feel like you're procrastinating, take action. Doesn't matter what you do, just take action, whether it be a post or a comment or encouragement or take action. Use that list to stay intentional. Put it in your folder, carry it around with you. Tattoo it on your arm if you have to, but stay intentional. When you feel like, oh, I'm just going to scroll social media to calm down a little bit, read a book. Don't scroll social media because that makes you feel bad about yourself. Don't do it. Do something proactive with your time. Send a message of encouragement. Open your phone and look for opportunities to bless people. We have to be intentional about the time that we do have. Significant success, God glorifying impact. Impact that aligns with your divine assignment. That's the kind of success we have, because I've had conversations this week already where people are, I want to give up on this because I don't care about the money and I don't care about rank. I don't care about money or rank either. I know that it's a necessary tool to get me where I want to be, but those aren't the things I care about. I care more about getting to celebrate you guys and getting to lavish you with gifts and getting to give to bigger missions and bigger visions. But we have to do the work that brings in the income that gets us to rank advancements, because that's how we're going to get there. So with all of that said, I want you guys to really think about, I really want you to think and act on this. Run this as a side hustle. Run this as if the only time you have to do this is in the spare pockets of your day. Jackie, when you're in your car, Casey, when your kids are napping, or in between loads of laundry and loads of dishes. Listen to podcasts. Fill your mind before you consume anything of this world, okay? Fill your mind before you consume anything. Be so obsessed with creating your story that you're not looking at what other people are doing. I don't want you to follow other people on Isagenix. I don't want you to spend time watching their stories. I will provide the stories that you need to get people into your inbox, okay? Stop worrying about what other people are doing. Focus on your story. Where did you come from? Who are you talking to? Who's your ideal person? What does she need right now? How did you find Isagenix? Why is it pivotal at this point in life? What kind of impact has it made on you? These are ideas for posts. I posted today, and I'm running out of time, but I posted today talking about the time last year, right before Charlotte was born. It was our last date night. We got up in the morning and it had been a slow morning and we were just enjoying our time together. I miss getting to spend time like that with my husband, where we're not talking about finances, where we're not stressed about, our kids or work or those kind of things. Just intentional quality time where we get to remember that we still like each other and we're not lost in the hustle and bustle of life. It's hard, y'all, but that's what I'm working towards. That's what I want more of. Mornings where we get to sit and drink coffee together, and where we get to take our kids to do things, or we get to choose to have more kids because we can afford it. My biggest deterrent in having any more kids is cost, because I'm like, I don't want another $40,000 medical bill. I don't want any more medical debt. But that's not how I want to live my life. That's not what I want the determining factors of whether I can say yes or no be. And so I have to become that woman that has those things, and that does the work and puts in the time and invests in hard conversations, creates authentic relationships, and builds a team. If that's what you want, the work we have to do has to be intentional. I promise you, if you will invest at least 2 hours a day in your business, in the pockets of your day, and talk about it, share about it, when you start getting success and momentum and those seeds start to grow, talk about it. Talk about it. Celebrate every little thing. 1 cycle, 5 cycles, 1 enrollment, 20 enrollments. You have to celebrate every moment, and you have to celebrate those moments for the people that you're bringing on too. I'm going to lose my mind, okay? Come here. Celebration, 10 pockets of time. Fill your mind before you consume the world. Remember, you were made with purpose and on purpose for a purpose. You are on someone's chicken list. You are someone, Jackie, Casey, you were both on my list. You were someone that I was afraid to message because I thought, you know what? She has everything. She doesn't need one more thing. She looks like her life is all together. She doesn't, you've got a successful job at an engineering office. Like, you don't need this. That's just one more thing. But what I found out was you did need this desperately. What looked good on the outside wasn't good on the inside. And that's what I care more about. All done? Oh, thank you. Okay, so I'm all done now. We're all done now. I will upload. You want to say bye? I'm going to upload the recording to YouTube, and then we will, I'll post it in the team page. Casey, if you will hop back on, I will explain the leader in action to you. Jackie, if you want to hop back on, I will explain it to you too. But my meeting's almost over. So I'm going to close it, and then I'll open it back up. Okay, bye.